Hi guys, what's up? We are back again with yet another video on general awareness section, and the topics covered will be from the newspapers of 26th and 27th September 2018. See, Prime Minister Modi has been awarded with the United Nations highest environmental honor, and he has been awarded jointly with the French President Emmanuel Macron. And the category in which both of these have been awarded is policy leadership category. And an important thing to note is that Mr. Modi has been awarded this honor in addition to 5 other individuals and organizations. And he has been awarded for his leadership of the International Solar Alliance. International Solar Alliance was discussed by me yesterday in the 5 MCQs a day series. And also Mr. Modi has been awarded because of his pledge to eliminate single-use plastic by 2022. Very important topic, single-use plastic ban by 2022. And 6 of the most world's outstanding environmental change makers, including Mr. Modi, they have been recognized with the award. And what's the name of the award? The award is called the Champions of the Earth Award. And Mr. Emmanuel Macron, the French president, has been awarded this because of his work on the Global Pact for the Environment. Moving on. See, talking about that UN award, the organization that was awarded was Cochin International Airport of Kerala, and it was awarded the Champions of the Earth Award for entrepreneurial vision. See, the category in which Cochin International Airport of Kerala has been awarded the Champions of the Earth Award is entrepreneurial vision. And why? Because of its leadership in the use of solar power, and it's a sustainable and a renewable form of energy. And also very important fact, it is the world's first fully solar powered airport. And now let's discuss about what is this Champions of Earth. Actually, Champions of Earth, it is the United Nations highest environmental recognition, and it was founded in the year 2005. Very important question for RBI and SEBI and NABARD exams. And the award is given to exceptional figures from public sector also, as well as private sectors and civil society organizations also. And the award recognizes the efforts for promoting new areas of levels of cooperation on environmental action. Moving on. Mr. Arun Jaitley, the Finance Minister of India, has announced that there is a good news that the public sector banks are expecting recoveries of loans, that is bad loans and NPAs, to the tune of rupees 1.8 lakh crore in this financial year. And this is due to the 2 important measures taken by the government. The first is the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, and second is NCLT. Okay, it's a tribunal. And the promoters, because of these, the promoters are prompted to pay their dues before the legal proceedings begin. And the Finance Minister also inaugurated a website of public sector banks, and the name of the website is psbloansin59minutes.com. that is less than 1 hour. Here the micro, small and medium industries can avail a loan up to rupees 1 crore in less than an hour. Up to rupees 1 crore in less than an hour. That is why 59 minutes. Okay, must remember this, very important. psbloansin59minutes.com. And Mr. Jaitley also announced the Financial Inclusion Index. It's a very positive step to benchmark the performance of financial inclusion measures. And the Department of Financial Services under the Ministry of Finance, under the Union Ministry of Finance, it will release this annual Financial Inclusion Index. And the 3 measurement dimensions will be: First will be access to financial services, then it will be usage of financial services, and the third will be the quality of financial services. Moving on, the unemployment among educated youth in India has reached up to 16%, and this is according to a study conducted by the Azim Premji University's Center for Sustainable Employment. What the report says is that during the 1970s and 80s, the GDP was around 3.4%. Actually, this was also known as the Hindu rate of growth. But then the employment growth was 2%. Currently, the performance of the employment growth vis-a-vis the GDP growth is very dismal, because the ratio of GDP growth through employment growth is less than 0.1. That means a 10% increase in GDP results will lead to less than 1% increase in employment. And coming to the overall employment stats, it says that the overall employment has risen to more than 5% overall. And the study slices the data to show that in geographic terms, the North Indian states are the most severely affected ones. And in terms of population, the young people with higher education levels, they are the most affected ones, and they suffer an employment rate as high as 16%. So this is not a good news for our country. Moving on, another not so good news for India. India has been ranked 158th in the human capital score of the year 2016, and the very bad point about this news is that it has been ranked behind Sudan. Okay, Sudan is currently in political turmoil, but India ranks worse than Sudan, and this was the first ever scientific study ranking countries for their level of investment in the human capital. Okay, remember this word, human capital. And the nation is placed behind Sudan. Sudan's rank is 157, India's rank is 158th, but we can say that India is ahead of Namibia, that is ranked 159th. And India is also ahead of Pakistan, that is ranked at 164th. But you see the difference in rankings between India's rankings and the rankings of Pakistan and Namibia is not that much. And the US has been ranked at 27th, while China is at 44th. So there's a huge gap between the rankings of US, China on one hand and India on the other hand. And the South Asian countries that rank below India in this report include Pakistan, as we have already discussed, and then Bangladesh, and then Afghanistan. And countries that have fared better than India, they include Sri Lanka at 102. Even Nepal and Bhutan fare better than India, and also Maldives. So you must remember India's ranking. However, there is some solace for us. That the solace is that in the 1990s, India's rank was 162, and now it is 158. So it is not at all a great achievement, but some solace for us. And this study was conducted by the Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation, and at the request of the World Bank. And as discussed before, it is the first of its kind that measures the strength of the countries as far as their investment in the human capital is concerned. Remember this word, human capital. Now there is one more sad news, that Mr. Jasdev Singh, the renowned commentator, he has died after a prolonged illness at the age of 87. And some important achievements of him we shall be discussing. During the late 70s and the early 80s, DD1, that is Doordarshan's best days in sports coverage, during that time Mr. Jasdev Singh, Ravi Chaturvedi and Sunil Doshi were some of the household names for sport lovers for their commentary, and Mr. Ravi Chaturvedi and Mr. Sunil Doshi, they used to comment on cricket issues, while Mr. Jasdev Singh was covering Olympics, Asian Games, and other editions of hockey. So this former International Olympic Council chief, Juan Antonio Samaranch, he had honored Mr. Jasdev Singh with the Olympic Order at the Seoul edition in 1988 for his role in spreading the Olympic movement. So quite an achievement at the international level. Also at the national level, he was conferred with Padma Shri Award in 1985 and with Padma Bhushan Award in 2008. Now very important news. It pertains to the Aadhaar verdict, and the Supreme Court, in a split decision of 4:1, authored this decision, and the only dissenting judge was Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, and the judgment was authored by Justice Sikri. What the bench said, that the 5 judges bench said that Aadhaar is constitutionally valid, but some of its uses were pronounced as unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. So in some places, Aadhaar Act is constitutionally valid, but some of its uses, they are unconstitutional. An Aadhaar number of proof of enrollment is compulsory for individuals to avail certain government benefits, services and subsidies given by both the center and the states. And the court has also clarified that these benefits and services are those involving a grant of a benefit by the government to a particular deprived class. Okay. In other words, this means that subsidies and welfare schemes, the expenditure of which comes from the Consolidated Fund of India, very important, very important. Okay. And the court also upheld the validity of section 139AA of the Income Tax Act of 1961. What this means? This means that it will be compulsory to provide an Aadhaar number while applying for PAN or while filing IT returns. One very notable thing is that mobile and bank account linking is unconstitutional. And another important thing is that the Aadhaar Act allowed the storage of records up to 5 years, but this has been declared unconstitutional, and the maximum period that has now been prescribed by the Supreme Court is a period of 6 months. Another news related to polity, and this says that the Supreme Court has cleared the way for the grant of quota or promotions in the government jobs. Must remember, in the government jobs for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. Actually, what happened in Nagaraj case, the 7-bench judgment said that the states were before giving promotions to the members of SC and ST groups, the states were bound. It was mandatory for the states to provide a quantifiable data, that is an empirical data on the backwardness, and this proved a major hurdle for the government. So now the bench has cleared that. The bench was headed by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, that is Justice Deepak Mishra, and it said that the Nagaraj case was contrary to the 9-judge bench judgment that was in the Indira Sani verdict, and Indira Sani verdict of 1992 was also popularly and in fact is still known as the Mandal Commission case. Coming to the questions, Dash was awarded the Champions of the Earth Award for Entrepreneurial Vision. Don't get confused. Pause the video and think about the answer. The answer is Cochin Airport. See, the question asks specifically who was awarded the Champions of the Earth Award in the category of Entrepreneurial Vision. So in the category of Entrepreneurial Vision, amongst these, Cochin Airport of Kerala was awarded this Champions of Earth. Moving on. See, Prime Minister Modi has been awarded this Champions of the Earth Award for his leadership of the International Solar Alliance, and also for his pledge to eliminate single-use plastic by which year? Very important for RBI, NABARD and SEBI exams. Think about the answer. Don't get confused. Think. The correct answer is A, 2022. Moving on. Who will release the annual financial inclusion index? Is it the Department of Financial Services, or the Department of Economic Affairs, or the Department of Revenue, or the Department of Investment and Public Asset Management? Or maybe none of these. Pause the video and think about the answer. Say it's the Department of Financial Services under the Finance Ministry. Actually, even these departments are under the Ministry of Finance. So that is another fact for you. You may remember. Now coming to the fourth question. What is the overall unemployment rate in India according to a new study released by Azim Premji University Center for Sustainable Employment? See, the catch lies in this word, overall. So is it 16% or 7% or 5% or 6% or 8%? Think about the answer. It's 5%. 16% was for the educated youth with higher education. But overall it is 5%. Moving on. The Champions of the Earth Award, the UN's highest environmental recognition, was founded in which year? Simple question, pretty simple question. The answer is A, 2005. Okay, the answer is A, 2005. Please do not forget to post your scores in the comment box, and this will help you, because when you after some time when you start tracking down your performance, this will help you in benchmarking your performance. Hope you enjoyed the lecture. Thank you. Happy learning.